Hi everyone, and welcome to World of Horror. It has been a while since I played this, and probably 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, I don't know, it's been a while, but I'm back for some more mystery solving. If you're not familiar with this game, it is kind of not really a point and click. You're mostly just clicking, sometimes you get into combat. You're playing as a character that's trying to solve a mystery in your town, and it can be difficult. A lot of times you don't survive the mystery, or because there's multiple mysteries, you have to complete, I think, 4 or 5 mysteries, and then you can unlock the lighthouse where you ascend to fight the elder god that's trying to be raised. So we are going to go ahead and start with our new story. I have chosen this pink palette to go with today's pink theme. I'm wearing this pink Golden Girls shirt that says "Stay Golden." And 2-bit. Yeah. We are going to do... Okay, combat is last stand difficulty. I don't think I've ever played on this difficulty on normal, so... Hey Troy, how are you? Everything's pink today. I was just thinking about you. My phone was like, stream this evening. I'm doing well. It is a balmy, windy day here, so I just moved all of our plants outside to get some sunshine. We've been growing. Yeah, I'm excited too. We've been growing an orange tree since we lived in Seattle. We had a cutie that are not supposed to have seeds that had a seed in it, and so we planted that seed, and it is now growing into a tree. So maybe in 25 years we'll have an orange tree. But we've kept it alive all this time, so through a move across the country, yeah. I'm sure you can hear Jumbles in the background. What are you meowing about? I think he wants to go out into his catio. I might open that for him here in a bit. I have some hot tea, some waters, some regular water, so that way I stay hydrated. I'm drinking hot tea on a hot day. So today I'm playing World of Horror. I haven't played it for a while, but it's a lot of fun if you are into mystery horror games. It's not like a Resident Evil type game where you have to like aim or do something like that with combat. There is combat, but it's like you click things. It's like an RPG, but it's really, I haven't ever played anything like this before. So I'm just trying to figure out all of the mysteries and unlock all the achievements. The full game's supposed to be coming out this June. So getting ready for that. But I was just saying I'm going to do the quick play, which randomly selects stuff for, it's a true chaos. So 1980X. Disgusting creatures are terrorizing the seaside. Your dwindling sanity. I understand that, honey. An old train slows down and stops at its last station. The end of the world is at hand, and you finally arrived in the doomed town. Yeah, I'm glad you're not mad about it, because I don't know if you saw me earlier. I'm wearing my Golden Girls shirt, which is a hot pink that says "Stay Golden." And in this game, you can customize like the palette of how you want the screen to appear. So I've chosen this pink palette for today. It just makes it a little bit more brighter as you're going to this horrible storyline. Okay, so this is the Eternal Web. Kithak Aturasu? CA, we'll just call it CA, Aturasu. Cthak Aturasu. It's once again awakening from its slumber, blinded by its impossible to satisfy hunger. Stop it before it devours us all. It looks like this person down here is like holding a fly swatter, which I don't think is going to do anything for this. Old God's Rule. You can't escape from combat encounters, and okay. Oh, who's this character? I don't think I've played as them before. What is Abolish? Combat defensive. Lowers Eldritch enemy damage by 1. Cost is 3 stamina. Okay. What else do we have? Items? Nothing? Maybe in our apartment. The city is changing so fast you can barely recognize it anymore. Oh yeah. I want to go to the occult shop. Okay, occult shop, and I think the little cute dog. Okay, gonna keep that one. At my home, prepare. So right now you can, it's like setting up a board game almost. Like you can choose like which modules you have available to you. And sometimes you, like different locations you move to, you have different actions you can take. So these are some of the locations we'll be visiting, and you can say like at this location I want to be able to take a rest action and a prepare action. Downtown you can say, you get to choose 2 things. You can say like I want the police station to be available or the occult shop. So each time you play you can change like what is available to you. So you could do randomize and continue, but I haven't gotten that wild yet. Okay, nothing different at the school. Hospital, nothing different. Seaside, forest, witch's tree. I don't know what the witch's tree is, but we'll put it there. And nothing at these locations. Okay, neighbor's still there. So, alright. I think I've messed around with that as much as I need to. Check your mailbox, it's empty. Oh, cute outfit. What is in? Oh, we got an empty bottle. Okay, that's great. We can use that in our bathtub. It's a nice day outside. So then, like, all of your important messages, it says your important messages will appear here. There's a lot to look at in this game, like all of these symbols and stuff, and it does a pretty good job of explaining. Again, I'm sure when it like releases fully, they'll have a better like tutorial. But the wiki is very helpful. Let's go to our bedroom and see if there's anything in here. Sometimes there's money. +1 funds. So we have 5 doll hairs. That's not a lot of doll hairs. It's a nice movie poster. We can change outfits if we want. Right now our outfit is called Transfer Girl. We also have casual shirt. Teen Witch. Ooh, I like that. And WZ.86. I'm not quite sure what that means. Yeah, she has 5 doll hairs to her. She's got this nice apartment, all these clothes, but $5. I think Teen Witch, I'm feeling Teen Witch for right now. We can change our outfit throughout the game, so I think Teen Witch is great to start out with. Looking good. I love that these characters are like facing insurmountable odds, but they take the time to look in the mirror and be like, you look great. It's, you know, gotta be giving yourself those positive compliments as you face eldritch gods. Okay, so we're going to take a bath. The shower will help calm down and do wonders for your sore muscles. What temperature should you set it on? We're going to do the experience boost. Or actually, we're going to get... So in this game, you can fill an empty bottle with bath water, which is disgusting. But you can use that water to give yourself 1 point of health, basically. So you drink your dirty bath water and you get a point of health in this game. But we're going to go for the experience boost since we haven't taken any damage yet. You can see up here I have 5 experience points. Once you get to 100 experience points, you can choose a different perk and like level up your different stats. So that's how that works. Item limit. So I can hold 4 items and I can have 4 spells. Let's see what's on TV. Once a year, a ramen shop appears where there was once an alleyway. The ramen sold inside is made from its former patrons but can cure any health problem. So, cannibalism, you can cure a health problem in this ramen shop. Yum. Some of these, like, items that are in their environment aren't fully programmed yet, so I'm interested again to see what they'll be like in the full release. This music's, I get it stuck in my head. Gonna look out the peephole. Someone is standing in the shadow watching your door. Typical. Oh, storage. Do we have nothing? Okay. I was hoping we might have a weapon to start out with, but we'll just have to go buy a weapon. But first we need to... We're gonna need to start a new mystery. Inexplicable and morbid events have been plaguing your town for some time now. You've marked down 5 of them, hoping that there is something connecting them. You can tackle these 5 mysteries in any order you want. Beware, your decisions will haunt you and influence yet unsolved mysteries. So we have Curious Case of a Contagious Coma, Spine-Chilling Story of School Scissors, Alarming Account of Abnormal Arms, Vicious Verses of a Violent Vigil, and Bloody Brief of a Beckoning Bulletin. Okay, so you can see, like, this one I have never investigated before. I have 0 of 3 endings. This one I have investigated and I got 1 of the endings. So different items you have in your inventory as well as like actions you take will affect which ending you get. And that's where the wiki comes in handy. Like this spine-chilling story of School Scissors, there's 1 ending left I haven't gotten. So I could read the wiki to figure out how to get that ending, but sometimes you have to have like a special item. There's a lot of strategy that goes into this. So a lot of times I'm just like, I'm just gonna have a good time and go for it. So we're going to investigate this one that I've never investigated before, the Vicious Verses of a Violent Vigil. Say that 20 times fast. You can't. I can't. Alright, so this... Oh my. That's a big diamond. You've received an official-looking letter. What does the law firm from Tokyo want from you? We regret to inform you of the passing of our client and your grand uncle. His funeral will be preceded by an overnight vigil as per the client's request. This sounds like Agatha Christie. There's an address and the list of people expected to arrive, and you don't recognize any of the names. Intrigued, you decide to check it out yourself. What's the worst thing that could happen? That's normally what I name the stream, is what's the worst that could happen, worst thing that could happen. So, alright. The arrival at the mansion. Following the directions from the letter, you slowly fight your way through the overgrown forest path. The old mansion looks like it was torn down and rebuilt many times, but where is everybody? Exactly. People are going to be vying for your grand uncle's like money. It's like Knives Out. Tip: explore the mansion. Action will unlock new locations and progress this mystery. Okay, so we obviously need to explore the mansion. Look at a cute little character just bopping along. Seamstress story. There's a local legend about a heartbroken seamstress. One stormy night, she broke into a local inn and stitched the unsuspecting guests together. Her final gruesome artwork. But that's just a legend, right? We can check out the sewing machine or rifle through the cupboard. We're gonna go through... Troy, I don't know how quick you are on the uptake, but if you want to influence which I choose, please feel free to jump in and say, choose this one. Because... obviously, I could sit here all day and be like, which one would I pick? I guess I could have like a Google thing that says like left or right. Or I could like number it like 1, 2, 3, 4. I usually ask people, choose for me. leaning towards rifling through the cupboard. I don't know what a sewing machine would get me, except like my finger stabbed by a needle. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to rifle through the cupboard. Oh. We got a success. Inside the cupboard, you find a sewing kit and decide to leave the room before any legends spring to life. +1 item. Awesome. So we rolled a 3, and our luck, which we can't see your luck stat, I guess is a 6. So we got a sewing kit, which we can use to stitch ourselves up if we need to. 2 needles and a thread. Alright, dilapidated corridor. It takes you some time, but finally you manage to find someone. Is that another guest? You should ask them what's going on in here. 4 actions on the right allow you to investigate the location and interact with it. 9 p.m., 8 hours until dawn. Okay, so I can say, who's that? I have never done this. This is like a new interface. Oh. Sotomura, scarred thug. A muscular man is eyeing you, ooh, as you take a step towards him. You can't help but notice a deep scar going across his cheek. Old man's body is in the master bedroom. Go there if you want. Who else is there? Okay, so is that it? That's all we can do with him? Okay. So we're going to keep exploring the mansion. Don't we need to find our grand uncle's bedroom? Hearing a shuffling sound coming from behind a wardrobe, you decide to push it out of the way. You discover a niche in the wall. Someone has put 3 dusty dolls in there. When you try to reach and grab one, however, they jump off and scatter around the room, giggling. So now we're fighting this puppet matron. And we have no weapon. So we need to find a weapon. Look for an improvised weapon. And maybe assess the situation. The souls of a lynched family of cannibals live in these dolls. Oh, okay, perfect. I love that. Can we equip? Okay, so we equipped our broken weapon, or broken bottle. Now we're gonna have to attack this undead evil doll. It's weak against fire, but I don't think our spell is towards eldritch enemies, and this is not. Oh, it is an eldritch enemy. But it costs 3 stamina? Is that right? And it only lowers their... Okay, that's not worth it. In my opinion. Attack boost. Attack boost. Attack boost. Bam. Kick. Oof. Shit, this puppet matron is a beast. And my strong attack does 4 damage. And then if I do 3, 6... Okay. Die, you disgusting evil puppet. Okay. We've defeated the puppet matron. Oh, I need to write down. I am on Discord. I will have to send you my stuff. I think it's, I'll text it to you. I never remember, like, what all the letters and stuff are. Okay, so puppet matron enemies. Puppet matron. In this case is vicious something. Yeah, I originally got on Discord for like podcasts and other groups was like a patron of, right, through Patreon. And then I have recently been getting a bit more into Discord. It's a little, with all like the different groups, it can get a little overwhelming to me. But I have some... Oh, awesome. Okay. That is exciting. Ew. Oh, gross. Feet. Master bedroom. Pressing a handkerchief to your nose, you enter the dark room. There's no way they allowed your granduncle to just lie here. Was that the correct bow and clap order? Maybe other guests will know. Wait, what? I have to... What does that even mean? I have to do a ritual? Let's see what other people have to say. As you return to the corridor, you notice another family member has arrived. You notice all guests are studying small cards. You should ask them about it. Who's that? Hawado, weird fiction writer. A pair is standing next to a widow. The man is muttering something to himself while his wife is observing you with her unnaturally bulgy eyes. You didn't get this with a letter? Here, take mine. Okay, so we got a vigil pamphlet. Oh my gosh, this is... We would like to thank you on behalf of our client for participating in this vigil on such short notice. He was a spiritual person and left instructions. We are asking you to follow closely. Oh, I'm going to click this. Thank you. Okay. I've accepted the invite. Oops. No, open on this other screen, Discord. There we go. Okay. Cool. Thanks, Troy. Thank you, thank you. Okay. I feel like I should take a picture of this vigil, so I don't forget what I'm supposed to do. 9 p.m. We're gonna eat supper at 11 p.m.? Good gracious, I guess we have to stay up all night. It's very late. Okay. So it is now 10 p.m., which means we need to do 4 bows over the body. Okay, so master bedroom. It's 10 p.m. We're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, and then inspect his foot. What is his foot? You copy it onto your pamphlet. What is... Oh, there's a sigil on his foot, I guess? These things? Okay. So I think we're supposed to have supper. You bowed 4 times. You think you got the weird order. There's a weird symbol tattooed on man's toe. I guess it's the symbol? Okay, that's it. Yeah, that's the symbol. So now we can go to the dilapidated corridor. Who else is here? It's 10 p.m. As you, another family member has arrived. Okay. Who else is here? Okay, we've already talked to you. And we've talked to you. Okay, so I guess we need to investigate the mansion, explore the mansion to move some stuff forward. Tower window. The round window of the Crooked Manor Tower is calling you. You feel your strength drain away as you stare at the bright light. Let's get lost in the light, or... I feel like fight this feeling is a strength check, and our strength is pretty low, and perception's higher, so maybe get lost in the light. Fingers crossed. The blinding light is growing larger and larger. To your shock, you can't feel the ground under your feet. You prepare yourself for whatever's coming, plus 1 reason. Okay, so we got another reason. That's pretty good. Where are you? Oh no. Lost in time and space, you drift in nothingness until something pulls you towards the light. Ew. I have not been here before. Deserted temples overlook the giant corpses of the forgotten beasts. With no priests to harvest it, their blood is slowly flooding the valley. Oh, Fudgerama. I bet if I had that bottle emptied, I could have gotten this blood or whatever. Giant corpses of the forgotten beasts. Submerge myself in the sacred blood or start climbing the temple. Oof. I'm going to start climbing the temple. That's what Lara Croft would do. Well, shit. You spend what feels like days climbing the stone blocks. Reaching the top, you are rewarded with an impossible vista of countless pyramids and beings too big to comprehend. Something in you breaks. -3 reason, +3 stamina. Okay. Okay, it is now 11 p.m. Don't we need to go have dinner? Wait, what's in the storage room? You shudder instantly, recognizing the room from a newspaper photo. 3 years ago, a man hanged himself here. Why is the vigil held in a place like this? I don't know, honey. Check the wardrobe. Sure, why not? There's gonna be a dead body in there. You found a new item. Oh, a meat cleaver. Ooh, yes, that's a better... That is a much better weapon, I think, than our broken bottle. Yeah, let's put this on. Meat cleaver. Wrong lever. Wrong cleaver. Okay. Wardrobe is empty. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the dilapidated corridor. It is 11 p.m. Let me check my schedule that I... Okay, so we're going to go have a modest supper. We got long pig steak. Oh god. The smell is nauseating, but you put some meat on your plate, +1 item. I'm pretty sure long pig is human meat. And it got put into our storage. You know what, maybe I should take another picture with the symbol now. And then I can put this in my storage and clear up some space. So, taking a picture of this beautiful little pamphlet that they printed out. You know, can I put this broken bottle in storage? Yeah, I'm gonna put this in storage. Okay. So 11 p.m. I checked out the dinner. Been to the storage room. I don't think that there's anybody new here. No, we've talked to these people, so are we going to... We need to explore the mansion, and then it'll be time for our next ritual action, which will be at midnight. Alright. Just gonna continue exploring. Oh, bath. The investigation can wait. A hot bath is too inviting. Yeah, we're gonna take a bath in this mansion. Hey Chadlet, thanks for stopping by. I understand, yeah. Have a good lurk. I hope you're having a great... Today's Wednesday. I was like, I know what today is because everything's pink. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. Yeah, thanks for coming by. I hope work is going well for you today. You bathe happily and continue with newfound strength. In this game, you might just pause to take a bath. Oh, awesome. Yay! Chadlet. This is Chadlet, right? Yeah, okay. At first I was like, are my eyes deceiving me? Does it say Chad Diet? But then I was like, it has to say Chadlet. So we got, okay, so we gained a reason, thankfully, from taking a bath. So now we need to go... Wait, what's in the study? Yeah, I guess we should go pray first, maybe? The body, it's missing. Alright, who did that? Who did this? Overgrown study. It seems that someone has already removed all the furniture from this room. The overgrown plant is casting an unsettling shadow. Oh. But this is the plant we have to feed with blood, but not until 2 a.m. Can we... Okay. Is that it? Okay. I can't see anything to click on. So, bedroom, still missing, nothing in the storage room. So I guess we'll go back to the dilapidated... Where is everybody? It feels like we're gonna get murdered. This is it. This is how I die. I go to this vigil that's overnight, and I'm gonna get murdered by some creepy people and a bloodthirsty plant. Okay, so we're going to keep exploring this mansion. Again, what's the worst that could happen? Gross. Ew. You wonder what kind of animal the spider caught in its web. You scare away the annoyed predator and rip open the cocoon to reveal a human finger. -2 reason, +1 item. What am I? Oh, I got a ring? Ooh. +1 strength, -2 maximum reason. My reason's slipping away anyway, like, let's just go ahead and put that sucker on. You manage to find one of the guests. They are shaken but otherwise safe. You both decide to get the hell out of this place, but the door is gone. 1 a.m., 4 hours until dawn. What am I supposed to do at 1 a.m.? It says ... So, alright, let's talk to this person. Oh, it's the scarred thug, the muscular man. Anything new in here? Anything new in the wardrobe? The body's still missing. Alright, so maybe they should join me and we should, like, explore together. Okay, we're gonna keep exploring. Walking through the forest, suddenly we're in a forest, you spot a pair of legs sticking out of a bush. Before we can do anything, however, they twitch and move. Oh my god, it's a man-eating plant? It is a little shop of horrors. How much does my strong attack do? 6 damage. Okay. Alright. Let's see if I can do 2 of those. That'll do 8 damage, right? And kick it? Can I kick it? Heavens to Betsy. Okay, this should take it out. Famous last words. This should take it out. Okay. So we have fought a puppet matron and now a man-eating plant. Whew. Alright. Corridors. Yeah. No, it never does. Corridors twist and turn, trapping you in this mansion. So there's man-eating plants, and now we're stuck in this mansion. You think you can hear the other guests somewhere, but should you risk getting lost yourself? Who's that? It's still this guy. Oh, it's 2 a.m. And what are we supposed to do at 2 a.m.? I think 2 a.m. is feed the plant in the study with blood. The overgrown plant is cast. Okay, so we're going to feed the plant with blood. I'm going to do it. I'm going to feed this plant with blood. Maybe it'll join us. And again, what's the worst that can happen? It's probably going to take some of our stamina. Oh, yep. You cut your hand and pour some blood on the soil. Hopefully that's enough. I'm following the pamphlet. I am not a rude guest. Feed the plant in the study. 3 a.m. Cover the mirror in the storage room. Alright. Dilapidated corridor. We need to... Master bedroom, still nothing there. We're gonna keep investigating this mansion. Reading room. It looks like one of the previous owners of this mansion liked to read and called it a library. Let's check out the table. The notes lying on the table look like the ramblings of a madman, but you can see a method in their madness. +5 experience. Okay, some free experience. Oh, who's here? The other guest is now safe with you. The whole building cracks and moves. You're scared of what will come next. Oh, it's these people. Okay, so we have to go to the study and cover... No. The storage room and cover up... Kill them. We're supposed to cover up the mirror in the study. Cover the mirror in the storage room. No, I don't want to do that. Do I have anything to cover? I don't know. I thought this was the mirror. Huh. I'm not gonna kill anybody, you giant crazy face. Yeah, I guess there's nothing for me to click. I think there's a button you can push that's supposed to show you like all the highlightable items. But I don't remember what it is. Alright, I guess we're just gonna have to keep exploring the mansion. Right? In remembrance, there's no reason for this memorial to be here. Neither of your parents were from Shiokawa. So who would do this? Is it just to taunt you for what happened? But even still, all the materials are here to perform a seance. Sure, why not? Let's do a seance. It was never going to work. You just wanted to meet them, to know if they were proud of their daughter, but it was just as horrible of an idea this time as it was the last time. Dozens of angered spirits flow through you as you collapse to the ground, writhing in agony as they punish you for your foolishness. At least you're the only one getting hurt this time. -2 stamina, -2 reason, plus curse. So I'm now paranoid. Chance of losing reason each time you lose stamina. Oopsies! As the vigil is nearing its end, the whole mansion shakes more and more until the walls start to collapse, revealing the shocking truth about your whereabouts. It's an inflatable house. Dilapidated corridor. Walls of the corridor collapse, revealing an alien landscape. You can taste blood in your mouth as the slimy appendages slowly get closer. A voice in your head tells you what to do. Sacrifice the guest, sacrifice the guest. Where are you? I think we should carve the cursed symbol. I don't want to sacrifice anybody unless I have to. The bloated corpse of your uncle slowly floats into the room as the remaining walls collapse. The contract is not over yet. Oh, gross. Horrible old man. Cheated death twice. Oh my gosh, he has a lot of HP. Horrible old man. I love that. That's this creature's name. Horrible old man. Typical. Typical. Take that, horrible old man. Okay, so he is not actually hitting us, he's just adding doom to our doom meter. Which, if this gets to 100%, will end the game because the Elder God has now broken free and is going to eat us all. It's a very cheerful game. Okay, horrible old man, you need to go. One more hit. One more hit. Alright. Resolve the combat. Give us 14 experience. New Dawn 1. The contract is void. A voice booms in your head as everything gets dark. When you wake up, you find yourself lying on the grass, an old mansion, nowhere to be seen. Next to you are the other guests, as confused as you. Everything feels like a bad dream. Was the man claiming to be your granduncle really trying to cheat death himself? You and the other family members finally exit the forest and leave the nightmare of it behind. One thing is certain though, you will never open letters from law firms from Tokyo. We got ending A, plus 30 experience, -3 doom, and we passed a day. Okay. The old godsters. Time skip. What? I'd have sworn it was Monday, not Tuesday, right? What does the time skip do? Oh, it gives plus 5% doom. Love it. We just love that. Alright, I'm going to drink this bottle of water. Paranoia. It's a curse. Yeah, you can't get those healed. Unfortunately. Inside your mailbox, you find a small key. What is it doing in there? Take the key. Alright. Oh. No. I already got an empty bottle, never mind. Alright, time to switch clothes. It's a new case, so we're gonna change our outfit. I think we'll go with Transfer Girl, like this little Sailor Moon. Is what it makes me think of, so I like that. Oh yeah, we're gonna take a bath. Gonna get some water, like we always do, and we're going to regain some reason. Storage. Oh yeah, this long pig state. What is this? So if you eat it, you get 2 stamina, but it adds a new status. I could sell it for $1. It smells incredible. We're just gonna keep that in storage. I'm not into that yet. Anything through the peephole? Again, this little person standing in the shadows, watching us as always. Any new news reports? The TV host is gutting a big octopus. At least that's what she claims, because there are way too many tentacles. What's after 8? 9? Nanopus? Adductopus? I am not sure. So we need to find another case to investigate. Let's do this bloody brief. I love the alliteration. Bloody brief is case number 2. And I've gotten ending B, so we'll hopefully maybe get another ending. Bloody brief of a beckoning bulletin. As the decades roll on, technology has only developed further. These days, computer bulletin board software allows computers to communicate over phone lines. All it takes is a computer and a modem, and anybody can connect to a bulletin system or even host one of their own. Once you connect, you can read all of the messages on that bulletin and even post your own to start a conversation. Many use them to share files or to chat about their favorite topics, everything from video games to sports to idol culture. But in the wake of a sudden string of weird suicides, things aren't all fun and games. Rumors have surfaced that the deaths are linked to a bulletin system operated from somewhere within Shiokawa. What is behind the suicides? How could so many people all be driven to take their own lives? I don't know, but we'll get to the bottom of it. Oh, you know what? Let's go to our house first and prepare and see if we can find something. You finally pick up Kiri's bag. Hopefully it will be enough. What does that do? Continue. Kiri's bag. Kyrie. Like the 80s song. While in inventory, forgetting spells lowers reason by 1 to 2, and you gain a random spell. I've been collecting these notes for quite some time now. That doesn't seem like that great of a deal. Let's rest at home. Take a long hot shower. You phone your best friend, and you talk about unrelated stuff. 2 stamina and 2 reason. That's great. Just gonna rest one more time to bump my reason up a bit more. Okay. Even if the rumored bulletin system's phone number is found, there is no hope to investigate without a computer that can connect to it. Maybe the school library has one that will work. Forest suicides. Investigate the forest location twice to complete this quest. Okay, so we're gonna do this side quest and investigate the forest. Oh my god, gross. Again, another spider. Ugh. Bitten. And putting your hand in that hole was a bad idea. I've seen the big spider escape. You hope it wasn't poisonous and I get another injury. Bite. Hopefully it'll go away on its own. Gross. Okay, so we just need to investigate. Wait, what's this tree? Wish granting tree. I've never been there. I'm not gonna do it. Oh my gosh, this is the Blair Witch's house. Witch's tree. Oh man, according to legends, this tree's roots reach toward the grave of a lynched witch. Nailing a straw doll to this tree will grant you your wish, for a price that is. I can wish for strength, +2 stamina, wish for knowledge, or wish for money, +2 funds. Let's wish for money. Cool, I'm paranoid twice now. I'm gonna go to the hospital and get my bite wound taken care of, now that I have money. Hello, doctor. Can you please take care of my bite? -1 funds. So I got hasty aid. When receiving a combat stamina wound, replace hasty aid with a new random. Oh no. I don't know if I wanted that. Can you cure my paranoia? Modern medicine can't help here. Great. Loves it. Loves it. Oh crap. I need to investigate the forest one more time. Hunting party. Hearing some rustling behind a bush, you decide to hide behind a tree. There you spot 3 men, each armed with their rifle. They are obviously looking for something or someone. I'm going to reveal myself. I'm not going to run from men with guns. I hope this is the right thing. Success. Hey there, says the hunter. This forest is not safe at this hour. What are you doing here? You try to ask about the danger, but they just hand you a flashlight, which is perfect. We need a flashlight. And point you to the nearest road. Something tells you you shouldn't get on their nerves and go. So we're going to equip our flashlight, which gives us +1 perception. Alright, thank you. After searching deep in the woods for some time, you discover the body of a young student clutching a note. Forced note. I write this for everyone wanting to stay behind. The sacrifice is worth it. Life's meaning comes from our relationships. Share death and that connection will outlast you. There won't be anything left but us. Everyone here is waiting for you, so if you lose your resolve, just listen to the voice of humanity. Okay. I'm gonna take a picture of this. Listen to the voice of humanity. Ah, boy. Okay. And I'm gonna put this in my storage, I think. Do I need this? While in inventory, forgetting spells lowers reason by 1 to 2, and you gain a random spell. It lowers reason. If I abolish, I can. I'm gonna put this in my storage for now. Alright. Maybe the school library. Okay, so we gotta go to the school library to try to figure out where this... Oh, you know what? Let's see if we can get somebody to come with us. Hey everybody. What's the latest gossip? If 000 didn't do those drawings, then who did? He wasn't the same since he came back. She hasn't come to school since last week. Okay. I can share a creepy story for 5 experience. Let's do that. Reiko seems visibly shaken by your story. It's just a story, right? Honey, it's not. Reiko is reading a horror manga about spirals. They look nervous. Hachi is staring at the clouds. They look like heads. There's something off about them. About the clouds or about Hachi. Kohaku is taking their pen apart and putting it back together over and over. They look nervous. Let's ask Reiko. Join me. I will help you. Great. Reiko. Oh, great. You give me -1 perception. Reiko smiles faintly. Thanks. Anything here up on the rooftop? I don't have a telescope. Should probably leave her alone. Alright, this poor student up here all by herself. Oh. Hi. Have you heard about the computer program that? Yes. Hikaru is waiting for the class to begin. Why don't you join me too? Give me a break. I don't know what sharing. I thought sharing a creepy story gave me 5 experience. Apparently, it deducted 5 experience. Okay. I'm gonna leave that, and now we're going to finally investigate the school. Oh. Taking its toll, you are planning out your next steps. It got you thinking about everything that needs to be done, and then everything that could happen, and every awful thing that's already happened, and now all you can think about is just how scary and horrible things are. Honey, you need a good cry. Yes, just cry. Let's get it out. Oh, good. You shuffle off somewhere you won't get noticed and let the tears gush out. Eventually, you shakily get to your feet. You still don't feel too great, but for now, at least it's out of your system. Aw. At least it gave us... Okay, so you cry in this game, you pass the check, and you get 3 reason. Sorry that she's so sad. Well, the school library's computer doesn't have a modem. You happen to bump into a member of the computer club while asking around. She apparently just got a new system and is willing to let you borrow hers. Thanking her, you arrange to meet her at her home in the city. Alright, so I guess we need to investigate downtown. She lives in an alley. Got Suhaka Mura. It's getting dark as you arrive at the cemetery, and shadows move in fantastic and unaccountable ways between the tombstones. Finding the right grave may prove to be a challenge, especially when you feel someone's gaze on your back. Continue looking, confront the stranger, or run. We're going to confront the stranger. Failure. A priest from the nearby temple asks what you were doing. When you can't make up a lie, you are thrown out. -1 stamina. Dang. Alright. You lug the cardboard box full of PC parts up your apartment stairs, teeth clenched as you heave it up one step at a time. God damn, our computer's heavy. Yes. Oh, can we say hi to our neighbor? No. No cost of doom to enter. We're already at 38% doom. Investigating the apartments. Kind donation. You find an envelope lying on a pillow in your bedroom. Inside is cash and a note from someone who has been watching you. They wish you luck in your task and promise to meet you soon. Just how did this envelope end up in your bedroom? So I got $2, but of course it's knocking off a point of reason. You wipe the sweat from your brow as you finally finish setting up the computer in your bedroom. After a few tests, you're now certain that everything is functional. The newscaster on the TV says that the suicide rate is still climbing. Worse, the morbid trend is beginning to catch on in other nearby towns. You need to act quickly. Alright. Going to hopefully solve this case and save a bunch of people. Wired Preacher. Excuse me, do you have a moment to talk about our real Lord and Savior? The day of our reckoning is coming, says the voice on the other side of the line. You definitely don't like the way the man on the other side of the line puts an accent on real. Hello? Are you still there? Sure, what do you have to say? You learn some useful bits of information about your nemesis. However, if everything the man said was the truth, humanity is doomed. Okay. -5 doom. So we lowered our doom meter and we got -3 reason. Great. Hoping to find a lead, you head to the hospital. With how many deaths there have been, the hospital is in chaos. The staff looks exhausted. When the receptionist lets her head down onto the desk for a minute, you slip out of the waiting room and into the hospital corridors. Oof. Okay, so we're going to investigate the hospital. Therapy. You're stopped by a masked man wearing a lab coat. He introduces himself as a researcher from Tokyo University, testing a new treatment method that would revolutionize modern medicine. Holding out a pile of documents, he tells you he can heal your wounds for free. You just need to sign here. I'm gonna go with no. I don't know about revolutionizing modern medicine in the 80s. I'm going to say no. You politely decline the generous offer and continue on your way. That's strange. It didn't, like, penalize me. You overhear two nurses talking about a girl whose suicide attempt failed. Apparently, she's recovering at her grandparents' home at the village in the city outskirts. You exit the hospital and make your way to the nearest bus stop. We're almost about to level up, so, okay. I'm gonna go talk to this girl, this poor girl. Thankfully, she has grandparents who are taking care of her. Oh, yeah, we gained a level. So let's see what we can. Ghost Connection, what does this do? Completing a mystery grants a random spell. Not that into that one. Using firearms as melee weapons deals more damage. I think I've only ever gotten a firearm one time when I played this. Outdoorsman, +1 luck. I'm gonna go for the luck. And we are going to bump our strength. Okay. I feel pretty good about that. Famous last words. Okay, so we now have Reiko, and we have this Outdoorsman perk upgrade. Through the dirty restaurant window, you notice a shady-looking man wearing a jacket covered in strange symbols. He stops in front of a house, visibly nervous. Before he enters the house, he turns around as if he's checking for any unwanted followers. What could it mean? I guess let's follow the man. Let's follow the weird man. Alright, perception check success. The door is locked, but you repeat the knocking pattern the suspicious man used. A moment later, the door opens and a surprised teen with greasy hair asks who the hell you are. Mistaking these nerds for cultists sure is embarrassing, but deep inside you're relieved. -2% doom. Great. As you pull into the village bus stop, a news story comes on the bus driver's radio. An entire class of Shiokawa students leapt in front of a train hand in hand. You move urgently as you exit the bus and begin searching down the village streets. Oh boy. Alright, so we're at the village. And we're going to Curious Bookstore. Oh my. Oh, that's a cute bird. You've stumbled upon a forgotten bookstore in a small alley. The interior is cluttered with dusty old tomes, animal bones, weird files, and stuffed exotic animals you don't even recognize. Can I help you? Asked the tiny man behind the counter. I have things that will surely help you in your quest. I could buy a spell. Or I'm gonna buy a magic item. I have 8 funds. A ritual dagger. The tiny man hands you a package. I'm sure you'll make good use of this. Oh. Can I compare that to my meat cleaver? It gives me a small chance of recovering reason after defeating an enemy, which is nice. Extra damage against human and monster enemies. The meat cleaver's faster though. And it has a higher chance to hit. We'll keep the ritual dagger though. That sounds important. It's a ritual dagger, like you can't just toss that aside. When you find the girl's house, her grandparents greet you solemnly. They thank you for your effort to stop the deaths. Forgive her, her grandfather says as he leads you to her bedroom. She's a kind girl. Something has happened to her. Uh-oh. Feeling hungry, you've entered a small local restaurant and ordered the daily special made with today's catch. Just where the hell did those fishermen go? Should I eat this weird looking sushi? You know what, all the oceans are polluted, one bite won't hurt. Oh, I passed this. I didn't know there was going to be a strength check. Feeling the eyes of the restaurant's guests on your back, you take a small bite of the smelly seafood. Really appetizing. It's surprisingly good, but you kindly refuse another serving, so we got 5 experience, and we gain stamina. Okay, great. The recovering girl is more than happy to not only confirm the bulletin's existence, but to give you its number. You have to do what it tells you. Trust me, you won't regret a thing. She beams at you as her grandmother struggles to make her swallow the pain medication. I'll be back to join you all soon. Wait for me, okay? Disquieted, you give the grandparents your phone number and hastily leave. Oh boy. Hilltop Shrine. The trail to an abandoned Shinto shrine is overgrown and steep, however it could be an important place to investigate. We're going to take the safe route. Taking the safe route costs you time, but you get to the top without incident. Burnt out candle wax and dried blood. Lovely. Around this shrine mean a new sinister cult has claimed this location. It's never just because someone's like having a nice candlelit dinner. It's always a cult. As soon as you arrive home, you dial the number and put the handset onto the modem. Your heart pounds as the computer fans exhale. The system hums, you hear a brief dial tone, and then it finally connects. It sounds like me connecting to the internet in the 90s. Alright, we're going to investigate computer. Welcome home. Do you like it? Yes or no? No. It's okay. You don't have to be ready yet. Everyone will wait for you. ... I guess that's not a valid option. Continue. Your connection suddenly cuts off. When you attempt to reconnect, you find that your number has been blocked from accessing the bulletin. Dejected, you solemnly pack up the computer to give it back. However, when you arrive back at the computer club, you find a note on the door. See you all soon. Oh, fiddles. You soon learn that all members leapt in front of a train holding hands. With little other choice, you sell off the computer, the guilt weighing on you all the while. -3 reason, +5 doom, and +3 funds. You find the bulletin's number in the phone book, but when you arrive at the address, you find the place empty. The bulletin was moved. Out of desperation, police begin confiscating modems and banning students from computers. Despite this, the suicides only seem to grow faster. They've spread even further beyond Shiyokawa 2. Your guts twist into knots every time you pass by the computer club's door. I got ending C. Knowledge is key, 30 experience, thorough investigation +15, -3 doom, okay. The old god stirs. School curfew. With more and more students missing, the police have restricted access to the school's building. So now I can't, the library additional action is disabled. Okay, so I can't go to the library and research for spells, which I don't normally do anyway. Alright. Boy, we need to gain some reason. Town status. I can't level up yet. We're fighting this giant spider. You can't escape from combat encounters. Okay. So I might as well drink my water. Go home. Inside your mailbox, you find a small key. What is it doing in there? So we now have 2 keys to get up into the lighthouse. We are going to take a bath, get some water, and we are going to obviously gain some reason. Shoo! We gotta change our clothes. It's a new case, new day, new me, new clothes. We're gonna go with the casual shirt. That's cute. I like that one. The ghost gray mist enwrapped the whole town. What's at our peephole today? Oh, nothing out there today. Forest no. Oh, we don't need to keep this. Just listen to the voice of humanity. Can I sell this steak? Yes, I can. I'll hold on to that until the end, I think. Alright. Alright. What case are we doing next? We have 3 cases left. School scissors. Alarming account of abnormal arms. I don't know how to get the other ending in that one. I don't feel like looking it up. Okay, we're going with the spine-chilling story of school scissors. Spine-chilling story of school scissors. Another boy from your school has disappeared. Rumor has it a terrible woman has returned from the grave, a woman with the widest smile and the sharpest scissors. You knew your friend was up to something when he left you his notebook, full of cryptic notes. I can send her back where she belongs, he claimed. After he disappeared, too, you decided to study the notebook for clues. It details a ritual that can stop the wicked woman once and for all. What's the worst thing that could happen? School is eerily quiet at this hour. Your missing friend has left you a notebook. If the rumors are true, to stop the tall woman with scissors, you'll need to perform a ritual to force her material form to appear in our dimension. Accomplishing this requires first the drawing of an eldritch sigil, and then the lighting of holy candles. You can only hope your friend has left them somewhere around the school. Alright, in the school lockers we have... Oops, something evil. And a baseball bat. That only does damage of 4, and Magnet Cleaver does damage of 4. Chance to hit 7. Ooh. Let's just sell that sucker. Or... I'm gonna sell that. You need a tiny key to open this locker. Okay. Access your storage. Okay, we have our friend's diary to look at. The sigil. Mari was acting strange. I need to talk with her after class. I hope she didn't attempt the ritual herself. I've hidden the candles in one of the classrooms. Tomorrow I will try to perform the ritual. A strange tall woman has been following me all day. Something. This sigil can weaken the demon for a while. Careful with the lines. I'm gonna take a picture of that, obviously. Because once we have the chalk, then we can draw that sigil. I'm gonna put this back into the storage. Okay. So now we need to explore the school to find the chalk and some candles. There was a hole here. Hearing an eerie sound coming from behind the door, you decide to check it out. At first glance, the abandoned classroom seems empty. Once your eyes get used to the darkness, you discover an unusual sigil drawn on the floor. Judging by the smoke, someone put out the candles the moment you entered. Light the candles, pick up the book, or study the writing. I'm going to study the writing. Oh no. You decipher the occult instructions and let the forbidden knowledge fill your brain. -2 reason and -2 stamina. But I got a spell. Absorb. Deals 2 damage, gains 2 stamina. It costs 4 reason. Holy bananas. I'm gonna forget the spell. Oh, I will hold on to it, I guess. Blessed chalk not found. Holy candles not found. You feel like something horrible is happening within the school. You must hurry and find those items. Well, good gracious, let's keep exploring before I lose all of my reason. Park guest. There was a face there. Alright. Did that take us down to 5 reason? Something evil stalks the empty school corridors. You found an additional page from your friend's diary. It seems that the blessed chalk was left on the roof. You must hurry and find it. Ritual. We need to get to the roof. Not the corridor, the roof. We need to get to the roof. On the roof, you find the girl your friend was talking about. In one hand, she holds a bag, and in the other, a pair of bloody... Marked by the scissor lady. Oh my god. She has no eyes. Oh, and she's strong. Okay, isn't there something we can do that will give us reason? Cost 2 stamina. Okay, hold on. Let me do that, and then let's attack her. Okay. Oh my gosh, we're barely holding on. So we defeated Maru. You found the blessed chalk, which you can use to draw the sigil in your ritual. You copy the sigil as best you can on blackboard. Hopefully it's enough. Okay. Referring to my photograph. Okay, so Maru is our next person that we fought. Okay. Scissors. I keep forgetting to write this stuff down. Okay, that's... Okay, that's correct. Okay, that's it. So it should be correct now. So we still need to find these ding-dang holy candles. Okay, going to continue exploring. Can we just go buy some holy candles? Smog, why is it suddenly so dark outside? You stand by the window to take a look. Black smog emerges from the courtyard, coating everything in an oily vapor. Let's observe the smog. Perception check success. Sludgy vapors rise slowly upward, forming a perfect spiral. You back away from the window, surprised by this curious phenomenon. +8 experience. Yes, 8 p.m. would work for me. I will be more awake at that point as well. Troy, moving from Seattle here with that time change and then like the daylight savings time has just done a number on me. But yeah, 8 p.m. would work for me. The sound of scissors is getting louder. You must hurry. Alright, we're going to keep exploring. The pool is empty at this hour. It's dark, but you could swear something suddenly moved under the surface of the water. Let's turn on the lights. Oh. Sorry to hear you're almost at your wit's end, but I'm glad you're taking a night off. Gotcha. We'll make it a more fun evening. Turn on the lights. You turn on the lights. Luckily for you, no horrors lurk in the water. +1 reason. You found the holy candles in your friend's backpack. You lit them as instructed by the notebook. Everything is ready for the ritual. Alright, let's do the ritual. Wait, what's that? Ooh, startled me. Alright, aggressive, calm down. You take a step back as a writhing amorphous mass slowly takes shape. Soon it becomes a tall, woman-like creature with 3 faces all connected by a wide smile. Now it is your chance to fight and defeat this horror. It is also your only chance, so don't fuck it up. Twisting and twitching, the demon woman enters the classroom, cackling menacingly. Am I beautiful? She is very powerful. She's eldritch. So, since I have this absorb spell, what does this do? Oh, it takes away 4 reason though, dang. That we can put on some Christina Aguilera for this beautiful, beautiful person. Lowers eldritch enemy damage by 1. Okay, let's do that. cast the spell. Oh shit. Can my ally distract her? Hold on. Don't I have... support actions. Ask your ally to distract the enemy. Yes. Distract the giant monster with scissors, please. Oh no. Scissor woman stabs you. Rude. Oh no, she killed my ally. Student C has tried to distract Scissor Woman but died. Oh, good gracious. Scissor Woman, why are you so mean? This might be the end for Kyrie. Kyrie. And now I have a slit mouth? Oh, ouch. Wait, what does haste aid do? I can't do that right now. Good gracious. We are battered the hell up. Ancient horror lies dead on the classroom floor, slowly dissolving into nothingness. You find your friend, gravely wounded but alive. You help him, and you limp away from the school as the police sirens get louder. Alright. Scissor Woman is gone for good, or is it? You shudder, knowing the urban legend will inspire another kid in another city to try and summon the eldritch being. Oh boy. Okay. Oh no, what are we gonna do? Riots. Dangerous bands of rioters are gathering around downtown area. The police are hopeless. So what does this mean? Dangerous bands of rioters gather around the downtown area. So downtown is probably unsafe to investigate. Alright, so we got some experience, which is great since we are beat the hell up. Hot bath. Improved resting at home. I like that. And because the ghost connection, we just get a random spell. Oh my gosh, our poor character. Oh man. Gonna drink our bath water. Get that rocketing back up to a nice 5. Inside your mailbox you find a small key. What is it doing in there? Take the key. Okay. We need to take a bath. We gotta fill up our water bottle. And we need to obviously regain some more reason. We gotta go to the hospital. And we need to change our outfit. So we're going with this one. This one's kind of cute too. I like this jacket. Looking good. Okay, okay. Oh. Hey neighbor. Probably just my imagination. Yes, you wish. I'm wondering if I should eat that long pig meat. Long pig steak. I'm really interested. I'm just gonna eat it. Hunger. -1 charisma. They look tasty. I've made her into a cannibal. Hasty aid. When receiving a combat stamina wound, replace hasty aid with a new random injury. Can I not? Okay. Okay, whatever. Now I'm a cannibal. You look terrifying. Sorry, Kyrie. We only have one mystery left until we can... No, we have 2! Oh, Fudgerama, we have 2 mysteries left. Curious case of contagious coma. Okay, so scissors lady. Curious case of mysterious coma. Contagious coma. Okay. I like this music. Curious case of a contagious coma. More and more people fall unconscious and cannot be awakened. People trying to wake the patients up result with them falling into a coma themselves. A whole wing of the town's hospital has been dedicated for the comatose. Is there anything connecting these people? And how did this strange illness start? Leave it to me. Cannibal slit mouth. I gotta go to the hospital. I gotta go. I have $9. Help me. Heal this. Badly bruised. -1 strength until the end of this current mystery. How about... What does this hasty aid do with an injury? Hunger, I can't cure that. It's a curse. I beat up a lot of people in this game. I sold some stuff that I found. Now I only have $8. But I also closed up my slit mouth, so, progress. Exit. Okay, we need to go home and rest for a while, too. I wonder if there's anything else here that I can get in her house. Oh, she just got $1. That's not that great. But we're only at 47% doom. Rest. Oh, 3 stamina and 3 reason. That's good, that's good. Okay, we're gonna rest a bit more. Okay, we're at 56% doom. Our stamina and our reason is better. Just one more time. Alright. Patient 0. Investigate the village location twice to complete this quest. Let's check the news reports about this weird disease and try to find the cause before more people fall asleep. Okay, so we need to investigate the village location. Wait, can our neighbor join us? Hey, I'm really busy today. Let's hang out some other time, okay? No, you need to come with me today. Please help me. There's weird shit going on. Alright. Going to investigate the village. All by myself, since my ally got killed by the scissors lady. Bad feeling. Despite your best efforts, you feel like the neighborhood is starting to change. Location's threat level increases. Beautiful. Alright, all you have to do is investigate that village. Oh my god, it is at like death threat. Doomed. -2 modifier to all skill checks. Alright, just one more time. Following a weird gargling sound, you enter an alley. Standing in the shadow, you notice a person wearing policeman's uniform. Move along, citizen. Nothing to see here. You've made a horrible mistake. Yes, I have made a horrible mistake, and I cannot run from combat. So this is Lumpy Officer. I don't even know what to say. It does -3 stamina. It's a good thing we healed all of our stamina. Good gracious. Oh, it gave me a broken jaw. Oh my god. What was this other spell? I have Absorb. Deals 2 damage, gain 2 stamina. Die. You've defeated Lumpy Officer. Fuzzy Lumpkins. An old man from the village hands you a package. This should help you understand the illness. +1 item. Dust of Seeing. Okay. Alright, we're going to the hospital. We're going to treat our broken jaw. Discharge summary. Discard, gain 20 experience. Yes. Badly bruised. That's... I can't do anything about that. Alright, we're already at 80 experience again. Exit. We'll just go home for a minute and rest. And rest again. Screw the doom meter. Alright, we gotta go to the school to check news reports about this weird disease. Okay. Wait, who's at the schoolyard? We can get somebody to join us. Ooh! Latest gossip. She hasn't come to school since last week. Hikaru was staring at the clouds. They look like heads. They look fine. Join me. Sorry, I don't have time for games. Okay, that's rude. Do you want to join me? It sounds strange, but I believe you. She gives me +1 dexterity. Awesome. Love it. Okay. Investigating the school. What you thought was just a discarded pile of clothes suddenly moves. As it stands up, a cloud of white powder is released into the air. Cocaine. Someone's throwing what the hell? Our meat cleaver, human and monster enemies. Is this a monster? It looks like a monster. Oh heavens. I should have my friend distract it. Oh well, it's almost dead. Forgotten specimen. Wait, what's that? I gotta write this down that I fought that thing too. Forgotten specimen? Pick it up. Lump of flesh. It went into our storage. Okay, whatever. I think I always sell that because it, like, curses you. Okay, so now we need to go downtown. Reports mention a patient 0. Who could they be? The roads seem to twist and turn when you're not looking, trapping you in this neighborhood. Get lost. You spend hours trying to find a way out. Finally, seem completely exhausted, you end up on the main street as the passage to the blighted neighborhood slowly closes behind you. You have to sneak into the hospital and borrow the patient 0's information. Don't mind me, I'm here all the time getting my broken jaw healed. While taking an elevator, you get a terrible feeling as if something bad is about to happen. The elevator door is open. Brace yourself. Failure. Elevator doors open, revealing a black mass of eyes and teeth pouring into the elevator, biting and suffocating you. Later, you wake up in a doctor's office. A nurse discovered you lying unconscious on the elevator floor. -3 reason. They should know us by now. We are always here. Man, I better go rest some more to bump up my reason. Okay, we'll say that's good for now. You've got the name and address. Let's get out of here. Sunset break. Oh, that sounds nice. You meet with your friend who has recently started her nurse practice. You lazily chat on the roof of the hospital watching the sunset. Now would be the perfect opportunity to ask about the recent unearthly events. Don't ruin the calm moment or ask about them. Oof. I'd be like, I'm going through something. I need some help. And you're a nurse, so please tell me what you think about this. Her stories about missing patients, mysterious surgeries, and a strange infection are helpful, but they kill the mood. Imagine watching a sunset. Let's talk about strange infections. 10 experience, -2 reason. Okay, so we leveled up again. Folklore studies, +1 knowledge. What is second sight? Additional damage against ghost and eldritch enemies. That sounds helpful. Arcane grasp. +2 additional spell slots available. Oof. Folklore studies, +1 knowledge. Arcane mass plus 2 additional. I'm going to go with folklore studies, and I'm going to bump up my charisma. Thank you, kind friend. I've never seen the sunset break before. That's cute. Patience Zero's house seems empty. You should search it carefully. Alright, investigate downtown. Oof. Stone statues. Experts are baffled by the sudden appearance of 20 stone statues lined up in a row in the middle of the 000 park. I think this is just placeholder text. You can cast one spell without paying anything to resolve this event. Cancels. I don't have, yeah. There's nothing to absorb. Thanks so much, Troy, for hanging out. Have a good conference call. I'll see you this evening. Love you. Have a good rest of your afternoon, too. And yeah, I'll see you in a few hours. That man dabbled in magic. You found a journal describing a certain village and instructions for a summoning ritual. It seems that he tried to contact a being from the dream realms. Why are you doing that? You don't need to be dabbling in magic, sweetie. I still have one case out. Fudgerama. Okay, we're going to go... Yes, keep investigating downtown with my friend in her swimsuit. Walking through the park, you spot a girl standing in the bush. Getting closer, you suddenly realize she isn't standing in the bush. She's a part of it. Stalk-chan. This bush person that looks disgusting. I don't like that at all. Stalk-chan. Stalker Channing. Maybe my friend would be so kind as to... Well, let's just attack. Sounds terrible. Wait, what's that? I got a branch. Just what I always wanted. A branch! The quarantine wing is guarded closely. You must find a way to sneak through. Okay, is this branch like something special? Let me put this ritual dagger up for a minute, because... What is branch? It's really just... like a normal weapon I could find anywhere. Okay. Great. Just what I always needed. Branch. What does this lump of flesh do again? Plus 5 stamina adds new slimy and smelly. What is it? It's pulsating slowly in your hand. Let's go ahead. I never use it, so let's use it this time. Now we are branded. Chance of raising doom each investigation. We are cannibalistic. We're branded. We're paranoid. Whew, we got a lot going on in here. But we still have a smile on our face. That would be an interesting turn of events. But thanks for being here, Chadlet. I will hopefully see you later this evening, and I will have to catch one of your streams too. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, and have a good rest of your Wednesday afternoon. Okay, so we have to go back to the hospital. Walking through the hospital corridor, you hear disgusting slurping sounds coming from a closet. Bloodsucker. You're very welcome. Those are really cute emotes. Those are Troy's emotes. I'm gonna have to go look at those. Oh, those are so cute. Stop by anytime. Bloodsucker. She's a vampire. Does this ritual dagger do anything against vampires? It has blood on it. She's probably going to want to lick it. Throw at enemy. You want to lose it. Alright, we'll just attack her with my meat cleaver, like everything else I do in this game. I'm gonna chop you up and eat you. That got really dark. Oh my god. Just die. Alright. You've defeated Bloodsucker. You hear slurping sounds coming from a closet. Oh my. There it is. Let's hope you find an answer here. We're going to investigate this quarantine wing. Not quarantine wig, quarantine wing. You've managed to sneak through the floor, avoiding the police, and finally reach the quarantine wing where all the coma patients were brought in. Their pulse is slowly weakening and the blood pressure dropping. You must hurry. I've used the Dust of Seeing before. I think I'm just going to investigate this time. I just want to get a different ending. Complete silence of this place hits you when you reach one of the beds. All patients are dead, -3 reason. Alright, shaking, you sneak out from the hospital. One thing is certain though, with no sick people, it's the end of this weird illness. Okay, so I think I've got both endings now. Okay. And that's a wrap on that. And that's that on that. Roads closed. Roads leading out of town were closed by the police. You'll have to find a new way out. Oh boy. Oh my god, things are on fire. That must be from the riots. Investigating places located outside the city, the village, the mansion, and the forest costs 1% to do more. Love it. Alright, we get another key. We are going to drink our water. Our bath water. We are going to take another bath. And we're going to fill up our bottle. And we're going to gain reason. Nothing there. Alright. New day. Let's change our outfit. We started with Teen Witch, we'll go back to Teen Witch. And I'm also going to take a quick break. I will be back in a jiff. Okay, I'm back for more mystery solving. Our last mystery. Ooh. Back in your home, you think of your next move. You already took a bath. We changed our clothes. Branded. That's so we have all these curses. Beautiful. But we just have one last mystery. The alarming account of abnormal arms. So that's our final mystery before we climb the lighthouse. Alarming. I'm writing this down. I remember when it started. The woman next door is strangled to death in her bed with no sign of forced entry. The killer was never found and the apartment remained vacant. This is like the X-Files episode, I want to say Stretch. Squeeze. Squeeze. The door to her apartment was closed and she lived alone. What other ways in are there? Maybe you can get the apartment plan to compare with the other flats. Alright. Let's go home and rest first. And, alright, now we're going to... Okay, so I don't think I need this Dust of Seeing anymore. I don't know if there are more invisible creatures. Oh well, we'll hold on to it for now. Exhausted. The investigation is starting to take a toll on your health. You feel like you're about to fall asleep standing up. How do you address your weakened state? I'm going to hot bath does wonders. You certainly know how to rest and recover. I think it's because we had the hot bath perk that I was able to do that. Oh, that's nice. +2 stamina and 2 reason. The apartment is on the 3rd floor. There's no way somebody used the window to escape the murder scene. You hear rustling on the other side of your apartment door. Someone is trying to get in. Oh my god. We don't have to let them in. Why do we have to fight them? That's a lot of HP. Now I have a concussion. Oh my god. Oh my god. You missed the attack. I feel like I'm... Oh, stalker. Okay, good gracious. We got a baseball bat, another baseball bat. That should be in our storage, right? Oh, I can't just look at items in the storage. I have to put stuff away first. Storage, baseball bat. 4, speed is 95, chance to hit is 80, and my meat cleaver is what? Force 90, it's just 65. Baseball bat, chance to hit is 80 plus. Huh. We'll just save that for a rainy day. Keep our ritual dagger. Wow. We got beat up. We need to go to the hospital. Concussion? Fix that. Fix my concussion. Okay, we got another level. Fame? Ooh, what is fame? Faster combat actions for each ally you have. I have 1 ally. I have art knowledge, +1 perception, occult science, small, fame. Faster combat actions. Oh boy, let's go with the art knowledge. And bump up our strength. Okay. Wow. Should rest a bit. We're at 90% doom. Investigate the hospital location twice to complete this quest. I'm not going to do that. We don't have time. I'm going to investigate the apartments. While looking around the ransacked room of your recently deceased friend, you discover a half-finished painting of a woman. Her skin is a ghastly pale yellow color. The scene is disturbing. You struggle to look at it. We failed it. Intimidated by the unsettling painting, you're haunted by nightmares. But we have art knowledge. How dare you? You should interview the neighbors. Maybe we'll discover something the police missed. Going to keep investigating the apartments. Loud knocking wakes you up in the middle of the night. Open up, shouts the deep voice from behind the door. I know you're there. Get closer to the door and ask for what's the matter. I'm going to do that. Before you can answer, the door's letterbox suddenly opens, and an unknown invader tries to look inside. Luckily, you manage to stand still. After a couple of minutes, the man retreats, probably unsure if you're home after all. We already had our stalker, apartment stalker or whatever. One neighbor is complaining about her underwear missing. Gross. Suddenly, it got really cold in the corridor. As you turn to leave, you're stopped by a man with unnaturally pale skin and giant lips. He kisses the air and takes a step closer. A gigolo. I would have to fight a gigolo. Gigolo, you are vicious. Oh my god. Oh, Gigolo. Toodles caboodles. Second neighbor is complaining about weird noises coming from the vents when she's at home. Raining blood. A woman jumps out of her apartment covered in gore. Between sobs, she tries to explain what happened. She was taking a shower when suddenly the shower head started spraying blood. A trail of blood leads into the dark apartment. Calm her down or check the bathroom. Let's calm her down. Failure. When you touch her shoulder, she gets hysterical. Her reaction shocks you. You move away as more neighbors enter the corridor. -2 reason. Alright. Let's just go ahead and use this bottle of water. I feel like if we rest again, we're just going to bump our doom up, so let's go out guns blazing. Struggling artist, Mr. 000. Your neighbor is a horror manga artist who's struggling to come up with a satisfying ending for his newest story. Well, what's that picture? You catch a glimpse of the painted thing. Suddenly you feel very weak and excuse yourself to leave. Something truly evil has you in its grasp. Love it. Every room is connected by vents coming from the unused boiler room. What could it be? Do we have... I see this person here, or this face here. Boiler room. You enter the dark boiler room and trip over the pipe. Cursing, you find a light switch and grasp in horror. It's not a pipe at all. It's a long rubbery arm coiling around the room and ending in a ventilation shaft. Coming closer, you can smell something vile and rotten. Check the vent. You almost fall to the ground when you see the wide open stare of the dead pervert, his elongated limbs stretching and disappearing in the vent's darkness. After the police have arrived, the whole building is searched. Following the arms, the detectives find the body of a man stuck in a ventilation shaft. Later, he's identified as the building caretaker. In his closet, police find pieces of underwear and voyeur photos of the tenants. You are questioned thoroughly and eventually released as the murder case is being covered up as a case of an unfortunate gas leak. Alright, so we got some experience. We lowered the doom meter slightly and we got a day passed. The old god stirs. The imposing shadow casted by the old lighthouse is getting longer each day. Lighthouse gets one additional floor. Perfect. Which is the lighthouse we have to climb now that we have all of the keys. Alright, so we have all the keys. Let's take our last bath and fill up our water and get one extra reason. Very low reason. Okay, so we've solved all of the cases, so now we have to climb the lighthouse, which has, again, one extra floor. We'll change our clothes. Let's go with this. This looks like I'm ready for the final battle. That's what it's giving me. Alright, we can't rest or anything. So, the ominous lighthouse has been closed down for longer than you can remember. Multiple padlocks prevent you from entering the building. You need 5 keys, which we have, from solving all of those horrible cases. Now we're going to enter the lighthouse. You finally made it inside the cursed lighthouse. Your gut is telling you 2 things: that whoever or whatever is behind the weird events must be on the highest floor of this place, and that you should run as far as you can. You're afraid there won't be a way back once you start climbing up the stairs. You're not going to rest. Do we have anything in here? No. Alright, time to start climbing. Following the winding staircase, you are stopped by darkness. A thick black cloud is obscuring your vision, and you can swear something is waiting for you inside of it. We have a flashlight. Thankfully, we can light our way. The light source seems to somehow repel the darkness, and you continue to climb the staircase safe. Climbing up the winding staircase, you are stopped by a masked man wearing an expensive suit. The rules have changed, kiddo, he says, taking the jacket and the mask off. Nothing personal, really. Alright, so, oh my gosh, the ultimate opportunist. He does 2 doom every instead of damage. Oh boy. He's going to put us over the doom threshold. We're at 98% doom. This is how I always die, I think. Okay, resolve the combat. 99% doom. Following the winding staircase, you are... Wait a minute, someone's been taking... What enemy did we fight as the second one? This is why I've been taking notes. It was the man-eating plant. 10 experience. Can we decrease our doom? Running shoe, smaller doom. I can't run from combat. All combat moves deal an extra point of damage. Let's do core strength and reason. We're at 100% doom, aren't we? Yeah, it's the end. Following the winding staircase, you find a metal gate that blocks your way. Just inhaling the fumes, we're going to disconnect the faulty plug. And we have lost. Sithak Adorasu is free once again. The invisible strands of the spider web slowly cover the entire city, entrapping everyone, including you. Wrapped in a cocoon, suspended in a near-death state, you will wait days, months, or maybe years until it's finally your turn to be eaten. You were so close. So close. You've perished. Cause of death. Organs liquefied by Sithak Adarasu's venom. Cathak Adarasu, CA's venom. But you know what, that was my first time, I think, playing on normal. We managed to solve 5 mysteries. We saw 17 new events, that's a lot. We've encountered 12 new enemies, but we didn't unlock any new achievements. Darn. Okay, I still feel pretty good about that run. Oh hey Insane, how are you? I've been doing well. I was thinking about our Buffy conversation from last week. I don't know, I can't remember if I told you, I probably did, but I have some friends who are currently watching Buffy for their first time, so we've been chatting about it. How's your Wednesday going? Okay, what achievements did I get? Oh, I didn't unlock any new achievements. Okay, we're gonna do a new story. Okay, I'm gonna... Have you ever played World of Horror before? One of the core ideas behind World of Horror is modularity, allowing you to mix and match various cards. Wednesday has been okay, just came back from having... I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I hope that the MRI gives you something that, you know, a plan of attack, or a plan of, maybe not attack, a plan of what you can do to remedy that. I want everything checked, don't I? Okay, yeah, I want all of the options. One last thing, a tall man left a suitcase for you this morning. He said you will know the password. I wonder what that could mean. Arkham, Massachusetts. We're going to randomize. Okay. I hope you're not having ringing in your ears right now, because I was like, this music's a little ringy. It's very, bit chiptune. Yeah. I don't know how you would, like, be able to escape that ringing. Do they say when you should have your results? I don't know how long that takes, but I'm hoping it's soon. One to 2 days, okay. So hopefully before the weekend. I don't know. Just, yeah, I hope as soon as possible, right? Alright, I just played as Kyrie Minami. Who have I not? Oh my god, what? Hunted Heiress. Something terrible is stalking Jewelry, and with each passing day its presence is getting nearer and nearer. I've played as Mimi. I've played as you. I've played as you. Okay, I'm gonna play as this Hunted Heiress. I've never played as her. Backstory. We can have World of Horror, medical history, Hunted by the Cult. That seems to go with Hunted Heiress, right? Something terrible. Hunted by the Cult. Timeline B. Let's do Timeline B. Generic and character exclusive. Yeah, I want character exclusive. Cost and statistics of all items stay the same every playthrough. Difficulty. I want Skeptic. Start with 5 funds. So many options. Okay, so we're going with Hunted by the Cult. She's a hunted heiress. Looks like she's being hunted by a spirit and also a cult, so. Classic mode. Old gods are awakening. Your only chance of survival is solving 5 different mysteries. End of the world is at hand. Scenario mode. Short adventures set during. Okay, so coming soon. Endless mode. It's hopeless. You can't stop. In the stream of encounters. So we're going to do classic mode. Somewhere a group of people gathers trying to awaken their master. Select the old god and click again to confirm your choice. What is this? Oh, the devouring fire, the towering eye. This stupid spider. I feel like I want to fight the spider because I don't think I've defeated the spider. I'm gonna go for the spider again. The spider god. Why are these people trying to raise the spider god? That's disgusting. Kithak. Atarasu is once again awakening from its slumber. Blinded by its impossible to satisfy hunger, it started to tear down the walls of its cocoon prison. Stop it before it devours us all. And we can't escape from combat encounters. Fine. Hunted by the cult. You've managed to run from them once, but the cult is tireless. Solving mysteries reduce more doom, but you can get more unique combat encounters. She looks already terrified. On the run. Status personal. Until the horror catches you, leveling up costs 50 experience less. Oh, okay, that's nice. The horror is slowly getting closer. What? Okay, so this is my second run. Gotta keep my notes. The horror is slowly getting closer. Okay, so she needs to boost her stats. The cult members are on your trail. Love it. The city is changing so fast you can barely recognize it, and I never even went to the occult shop last time. I didn't even go to the cute dog. We're gonna do prepare. School, hospital. Witch's tree. I feel like we might as well have it there. Village apartment. Downtown. Okay. Someone has crammed your mailbox full of animal entrails. They know. Oh, she looks really depressed and sad. It's a nice day outside. We found a new item, empty bottle. Great. Do we have anything in our storage? No. Alright, so we're going to take a bath like we normally do. And fill it up with some water. Get a small experience boost because we are at maximum. Let's look at our outfits. Oh. Magic sweater or runaway. We'll just stick with the runaway jacket since we are technically running away. Got some money. Alright. Anything new on TV? Local dentist has been found guilty of implanting dog teeth on their human patients. Motive is currently unknown. Inexplicable and morbid events have been plaguing your town for some time. Tackle these 5 mysteries. Beware decisions will haunt you. Alright, so we have the vicious verses of a violent vigil. Okay. Freakish fable of a frightening flood. Horrible history of household hell. And the bizarre brute of the blood-curdling botanist. We'll start with the freakish fable of a frightening flood. No, I don't have any weapons. I'm not doing that one first. Can I reroll? No. I'm just gonna go with what it's given me. Let's go to Horrible History of Household Hell. No pressure, because I've gotten all these endings. Supposedly haunted by the family of 4 who disappeared without a trace one summer, but is the only tragic event that took place here. A trip to the library may shed some light on it. Let's see, do we have anything in our house that we can, oh, a checkbook. Hell yeah. What does the checkbook do? Plus 3 funds, plus 6% doom. Oh. Using this will make me easier to track down. So we should do it now while our doom's like at its lowest, maybe? Let's do that. And let's buy a weapon. I want to go to the hardware shop. Damage of 4, speed of 95. Damage of 6, speed of 120, chance to 60. Carpenter hammer. Small chance of recovering lost stamina after defeating your enemy. That's 2 funds, 3 funds, 3 funds, 2 funds. We're gonna go with the shovel. I like the shovel. Alright. Shovel in hand. We are going to investigate the seaside location twice to complete this quest. So yes, we're going to do a thorough investigation. The military exercises make you feel safer, but are guns enough to stop the unspeakable horrors lurking out there? Plus 4% doom. Don't give me more doom. Resolve. Okay, so we need to investigate the seaside one more time to get a complete investigation. The horror is slowly... Oh my gosh, it's already at 42%. The investigate... Oh my god. They're really throwing all the doom at me. You've learned the cliff the mansion was built on is famous for its extensive cave system. You've decided to rent some books that might help. A trip to the library may shed some light. So we're going to the library. Oh, so I can keep using the checkbook. I thought like once I wrote a check. Alright, so this 423 hertz might come in handy. And the Architect's Journal. It's a natural concert hall. Okay. Put that in storage. Put that in storage. And now we're going to investigate the school. Oh my gosh. 52%. You hear a faint sound while walking outside the biology classroom. Inside is an old anatomy model, its heart beating. The sight almost makes you sick. -1 stamina. The building was supposed to be somewhere near the cliffs. You copy the mansion's photo from the newspaper and prepare to leave. And investigate. I wonder if... Let's see what this little doggy... Oh, you have a flashlight. I need that. Equip that. Man, that's like... Okay, so horror is slowly horror is double of what our doom is, I guess. I've never played this character before, so I'm learning. Through the dirty restaurant window, you notice a shady-looking man wearing a jacket. You know what? I've never called the police. I'm gonna call the police this time. The police thank you for the tip and promise to keep an eye on the house before you go. They give you a reward. +1 funds. Thank you. Comparing different mansions with the sketch, you finally find the one. There's only one problem. You will need a strong rope to enter the mansion through the high window. We could probably get one of those at the hardware store, or the hardware shop. Following a barking sound, you find yourself on a beach surrounded by rocks. A goblin seal? Oh my god, that's disgusting. I've never seen that before. I'm gonna hit you from afar with my shovel. Nasty. Man. Alright. You make it through the window. This is the abandoned mansion your friends have talked about. Let's explore it. Exclamation point. Okay, time to investigate the mansion. Small cocoon. You wonder what kind of animal the spider caught in its web. You scare away the annoyed predator and rip open the cocoon to reveal a human finger. Nice ring. So the spider left us a present, really. We get equip 1 charisma, and or if we sell it, we get 2 funds. So we're going to equip it. You've heard a weird noise coming from the locked study. You must find a key. Pillar of Doom. The whole building begins to shake as you enter the room. Suddenly, a stone pillar bursts through the floor where you stood just seconds ago. Noticing the arcane symbols painted on the stone, you take a step closer. I have pretty low stats, so I think I'm going to touch the stone. Let's touch the stone. Failure. Dexterity. That was a dexterity check? When you reach out to touch the stone, you're shocked at how hot the surface is. It burns your fingers. -2 stamina. This must be the place where the key is. In the middle of a room, you see a man tied to a chair. You rush in to help. When you remove his gag, though, the man starts shouting curses and ancient prophecies. You fall on the floor, your mind flooded with unspeakable images, as the man slowly stands up, completely ignoring the chair he was seemingly tied to. Cult member. Oh god. That is... How does he even see us? He's got rope on his eyes. Excuse me. I'm just gonna bash you with my shovel. Nasty. Get out of here. You've defeated the cult member. Oh, I got a curious statuette. Resolve combat. What does this do? +1 knowledge while held in the inventory. Okay. Candy. Keep looking for a key. Bath. The investigation can wait. A hot bath is too inviting. Yep, we're gonna take a bath. You bathe happily and continue. I wish I had my hot bath perk. This must be the place. Okay. I'm just gonna start randomly picking places now to investigate. Study room. You aren't sure what to expect. The sturdy door to the study opens with a creak. The dark, dusty room is empty, but something feels wrong, a faint draft perhaps. You move the rotten carpet aside to reveal a passageway cut directly into the cliff rock. Making my way down. Following a strange song, you discover a hidden passage that leads you to an underground chamber connected to the sea. You can't find the source of the sounds, but then it hits you. The acoustics of this place make the waves sound like the most beautiful serenade. Mesmerized, you step closer to the stone altar at the end of the room. We're going to explore some more. Thankfully you have a flashlight. Follow the winding corridor until you stumble upon something really strange. Someone has set up a series of vintage-looking speakers all connected to a single unit. You see a knob. Okay, so 423. Okay. As you move closer to the stone altar, you scream in terror. You are not the only one charmed by the sounds. Prepare for combat. The cursed chants amplified by the cave system make you dizzy. To your horror, you notice the sound has awakened something else. The inner coil. This enemy is so massive this attack won't cause any damage. I need some, like, dynamite. I don't... Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta go. Bye. The invisible web prevents you from running from this encounter. Oh my god, what? Wait, so then this is how I die. I can't fight it. Wow, this might be like the shortest run ever. Pray. Bow. Gonna brace for impact. Okay, so this game, basically, you choose a character and you're presented with random mysteries. It's kind of like a horror mystery rogue RPG. So there's random mysteries and you're investigating the mysteries and you have to fight monsters or cult members sometimes. And after you solve so many mysteries, each mystery you solve, you gain a key. And after you get 5 keys, you can access this lighthouse, and you climb to the top of the lighthouse to defeat this eldritch god, this ancient being that's trying to come back and take over the world, like bring about the end of the world. And so this is the end of this first mystery, and each of the mysteries that you investigate has like multiple endings. So depending on what items you have, what actions you take, you can get different endings. I think I am stuck right now because I'm fighting against this old god called Kathak Adarasu, and it does not allow me to escape from combat encounters. And right now I cannot fight this giant monster that came out of the water, and I cannot escape it either because of that old god's thing. It's got this invisible web. So hopefully that kind of explains it. There's a lot that's going on the screen. Your character has different like points, like their strength, dexterity, perception. This is how much money they have, their funds, charisma, and knowledge. So it's a lot of fun. Like if you are It's got some puzzle solving. It's got a really dark atmosphere, but it's kind of like this. I don't know. I've never played anything like this game before. I really enjoy it. The full version of this game is coming out in June. It's coming out on Switch and PC, maybe other maybe other consoles. But yeah, I enjoy it because I haven't explored all of the endings or all of the combat encounters. There's achievements you can unlock. So usually when I play, I'm just trying to like survive and hopefully unlock more things. Oh wait, here's the Snow Hope. Maybe I can do that. Okay, there we go. Escape. Whew. The inner coil. Almost tripping over the countless human bones, you decide to run from the cave. The haunting melody continues to follow you as Otaru begins its reign of terror in the waters surrounding Chiokawa. I thought I was stuck, yeah. Okay, so we've gained a level. And so yeah, you level up. Normally, once you hit 100 points, you level up, but this character has a perk to where she can level up at 50 points. And so when you level up, you can choose like these perks that tell you like, this gives you +1 luck. Leadership, +1 charisma, +1 perception. I'm going to go with leadership, and we're going to also level up our strength. Okay. Unholy chants coming from the caves connected with the mansion must have driven the family insane. Awakening Otaru almost made you share their fate. You decided to run, afraid of the dire consequences. The inner coil always gets its victim, and the fishermen look so tasty. So, for completing this mystery, we got 30 experience, and because we did a thorough investigation, there's usually like a side investigation you can do. I got extra experience. And then it lowers the doom threshold. So basically every action you take raises this doom meter a little bit. Once the doom gets to 100%, then the old god comes through and it's game over. So there's a lot of ways you can lose in this game. You can have your stamina completely depleted. That kills you. If your reason's completely depleted, your character loses their mind and gets locked away. If the doom goes up to 100%, the old god comes through and destroys the world. So there's lots of ways to lose this game, which on my last run, I got to the lighthouse, which is like the last part you're investigating, and I was climbing the lighthouse and I got to 100% doom, so I lost. It sucked. All right, and then after each mystery you solve, the old god does something to like make your life harder. Winds of plague. A weird epidemic keeps staff at the hospital busy. Skipping the line will cost you more. So now treatment and surgery actions cost more. So as you're playing, your character can sustain injuries, and you can go to the hospital and like pay money to have surgery done, and that'll like fix the injury. But obviously now this is going to be more expensive because of this winds of plague that came down upon us. So, yeah, so my character right now has 18 health, 21 reason, so stamina and reason. These are the items they have in their inventory, and this is like, we have a shovel equipped, right, to build a doctor. Yeah, they're like, the world's going to shit, we're going to charge a lot of money to heal you. So character she has a shovel equipped as a weapon. She has a flashlight and a nice ring. The flashlight gives you +1 perception, and it like lights up dark areas. You can also get spells depending on actions you take. Because of her backstory, she's got this on the run until the horror catches you. Leveling up costs 50 experience less, so that's why I was able to level up at 52 points. So leadership was that perk I just chose, and if I have like people that are on my team, if I've recruited people, they'll join me and you can see their names here. The town status shows us like what is going on in the town. This is the old god that we're fighting against, and again it's got the eternal web condition, which I thought was going to stop me from running from that giant monster, but it had its own special action to escape. And then settings. And right now I'm on this pink palette, but you can change like the palette colors, which is kind of cool. Um, yeah, I kind of like this purple too. We'll go with purple for now. Anyway, yeah, this game is a lot of fun. I recommend it if you are into horror and like you want to like I want to see what happens with all of these stories, and I want to see like all of the achievements and stuff. The wiki is very helpful if you want to try to unlock multiple endings. And I also keep a list of like which cases I'm investigating and the enemies that I'm fighting, because at the end when you're climbing the lighthouse, you'll often be asked like, which enemy did you fight at this point? And if you get it right, then you get experience and you don't suffer a penalty. So, inside your mailbox, you find a small key. What is it doing in there? So yeah, so this is the first key. There's 5 padlocks on the lighthouse, so we have 1 key, so we have to find 4 more keys. We're going to drink our water, and we're going to take another bath. We're going to fill up with water, and we're going to do some experience boosting, yes. And change our outfit to our only other clothes that we have. She just looks like completely sweaty or like melting all the time, but I guess she's like terrified because this cult is hunting her down. 86%. They're almost here. Alright. I'm excited to see what the full release of this game is going to be like with... I'm sure there's going to be a lot more stuff to interact with, and because some of this stuff is like not fully programmed out yet. Alright, we need to select our next mystery. Bizarre Brute, the Blood-Curdling Botanist. The full release, from what I've read, I haven't checked recently, but within the last month or so, it's supposed to be in June of this year, is when it's supposed to be fully out. So, I've been playing this since early 2020, I think. It's been in like early access or whatever on Steam for a while. I think since 2019. And this game was created by a dentist in Poland, and he did all of this himself. Which is why I've heard like so much of the monsters and the anatomy is realistic, is because of his like med school training, or whatever training you need to do. Whatever training you need in order to be a dentist in Poland. So, yeah. So my plan is to, yeah, like, what am I doing with my life? But yeah, he created it in Paint, or like the art and stuff in Microsoft Paint. So I follow him on Twitter. And yeah, just pretty cool. So my plan is to get as far as I can in this run and then wrap up for the day, wrap up streaming for the day. So, are you planning on streaming sometime soon? Or did you already stream today? Freakish Fable. Okay, I'm gonna do this one because I have a weapon now. Freakish Fable of a Frightening Flood. I streamed on Monday. Okay. Group of researchers from a university in Tokyo are researching a curious rock formation. It was discovered a few weeks ago by tourists in a village next to Shirakawa. You've read about it in a newspaper. The sudden disappearance of the tourists was the subject of school gossip for a few days, but ultimately no one was found. Rock formation must be somehow connected to the events happening in your town. Feeling that researchers can help you, you decide to pack yourself and visit the village yourself. You were streaming a cart game, right? I feel like I wasn't able to join, but I think I saw something about a cart. Alright, so we have to start at the neglected bus stop. Kaibara Village, the final stop. The bus suddenly stops as the driver opens the door. Reluctantly, you notice you're still far from the village itself. However, before you can ask any questions, the bus's doors close. I'll have to look into, because it was a cart game. I'd never heard of it before. I remember that, but I remember cart being in the title. As the old bus drives away, you see the village's building in the distance. Hoping it won't rain too much, you stop to look at the clouds. Suddenly you hear splashing sounds behind you. That's strange, you thought. You were the only passenger on the bus. The sweaty assailant, whose eyes look like... I don't know what that is, but they don't look normal. Do I have to fight him? Because he always shows up. And I was like, maybe I could talk to him. Support actions. Assess the situation. He's an eldritch. Defensive. I can't escape because of... So this is why I did not choose to fight him first, was because I didn't have a weapon. Alright, to resolve the combat, so sweaty assailant, you're toaster caked. You manage to defeat the mysterious assailant, but he flies into the woods before you can tear his mask off. Who was that? Honey, I don't know. Investigate the Curious Rock Formation. You can see the Curious Rock Formation from the bridge leading to the village. The researchers are nowhere to be seen. Did the weather scare them off? Carved pillars are older than the village itself, and you couldn't find any information about them or the rituals they're connected with. Okay. In the distance, you can see the Kaibara village. Cool. What else can I see here? I've never, like, clicked on the scenery around here. Okay. Alright, we're going to the inn. You enter the inn, hoping you will find the research team there. All but one room are empty. In the last one, you find a visibly stressed man, Matsuda-san, the expedition leader. Thank God you came. We've been attacked by the villagers and got separated. I'm worried for my colleagues. The things we've learned here, the knowledge, it's too dangerous. We must escape this place as soon as possible. Matsuda-san gulps and looks out of the window before continuing. I am still here. I perished on my last run, so I am doing one more run before I stop for the day. Yeah. I hope you had a good conference call. I'm still here. But I changed the color to purple. The last time I saw my team was at the school. We used an empty classroom to keep our research notes and equipment. You should look there for clues. Remember, you must flee before the river level gets too high, or else... ... So, I can rest. I can escape the village. Leave the building. What if I just escaped without anybody? I'm gonna try that. Okay, I guess I can't leave yet. Okay. Bye everybody, good luck. Matsuda-san has told you all the research notebooks are in one of the classrooms of the closed school. You'll have to break in. Okay, we're gonna break into school, just where you always wanted to break into. That wasn't so hard. Dead Man's Float. The pool is empty at this hour. It's dark, but you could swear something suddenly moved under the surface of the water. Let's turn on the lights. You turn on the lights. Luckily for you, no horrors lurk in the water. Resolve. The river's water level is rising and the village will soon be cut off from the outside world. Hurry up! You've managed to find the empty classroom. Researchers are gone, but hopefully the notes you found will help you locate them. Okay, research notes. Let me read these. The pillars are related to the cult of Tea, a fertility goddess. People here refuse to help us with the work and forbid us from researching the village's archives. Okay. Can I escape now without these people? Do I have to help them? Okay, we'll find the geologist, I guess. Curious bookstore. Stumbled upon a... How is this person running their bookstore when everybody has fled from this town? I don't know, but they are. Because I've ran into this person before. I'm gonna buy a magic item. Resolve this event. Not enough room. Item added to the storage, which I cannot look at my okay. Can I escape yet? Lavish dinner. A friend returning from a trip to Africa has invited you to dinner. We're taking time to have a lavish dinner while this village is flooding. Oh, we've leveled up. Let's actually do that first. Quick thinking. I always like that one. +1 dexterity. And our dexterity is pretty low. +2 dexterity, +2 doom. Ooh. I'm gonna go with that. And our knowledge. It's getting late and you can't stay for long, but the host asks if you want to take anything home with you. I'm going to... I think I got the wine last time. I think I'm going to say the steak. Oh my god, it's probably going to be people. I knew you'd like it. Your friend says, winking and packaging it for you. It went into our storage as well. You've managed to find one of the researchers. Okay, so we have the geologist. Can we escape the town yet? Is this going to... Let's escape. All villagers have disappeared. Where are they? Oh no. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. As they get closer to the bridge leading out of the village, Matsuda-san suddenly stops. I know this tune. Before you can react, he begins to undress and runs into the darkness. Shocked, you begin to hear a faint moaning coming from the rock formation. What you see there feels unreal. All the villagers are naked. Ew. They are dancing around the pillars as something slowly emerges from the river. The fertility goddess. I should have... I thought we'd be able to escape before this came out of the water. So I should have gotten the other people to help us, but we are going to attack the villagers. Sorry, y'all. You need to go. Wait, what about the research notes? Does this help? Throw the research notes at it. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna attack these naked dancing people. No offense, but you need to go. Alright. Now it's time to take down Chirtha. I don't know. Something evil and gross. Dang it. It is powerful. We're gonna take a long nap after this battle. Okay, almost gone. I don't think that there's anything else we can do. Like in the last one I was able to escape. Can't run, dodge, race, meditate. At least we have the geologist helping us out. Okay. We crushed this river turd with our shovel. Okay, so that was our next enemy, Cythera. The eldritch monster disappears as sudden as it appeared. All that's left of Kaibara village is a group of deeply confused villagers. Sadly, it's too late for Matsuda-san. Research team has parked their jeep on a hill that wasn't affected by the flood. They drive you back to Shirokawa and promise that they will alert the university. You just can hope that the help will arrive in time. Alright. Alright, we've leveled up again. We are going to... What is elusive? -5% doom. Okay. That's pretty cool. And... yeah, we need to bump up our dexterity. The old god stirs. Price hike, preparing for the worst. People are stocking up on everything, making it harder for you to find what you want. Toilet paper. All shop items cost 1 funds more. Whatever. Whatever. Use our water. Going home. Inside your mailbox you find a small key. Alright, so we've got 2 keys. Looking depressed. We're going to change our outfit. We only have 2 outfits. But I guess when you run away from a cult, you probably don't have time to grab clothes. Take a bath. Refill our bottle. And we are going to regain more reason. Okay. Okay, okay. I'm going to save that one for last. Alright, we're going to do the bizarre brute of the blood-curdling botanist. 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 Your neighbor asked, I think this is the one I've done the most. I feel like this one always comes up. Your neighbor asked you to help. Her husband Shiro-san has gone missing. She is worried it might be connected with the new fertilizer he ordered from Tokyo. Where is he, and why would he need so much fertilizer? I don't know. Let's investigate. We've got a business card of a gardening company where the missing man was working. Maybe some of his colleagues could tell you anything useful. Investigate the school location twice. Did I get a okay, I'm still okay. It was in the last game that I got a concussion. Investigate the school location twice to complete this quest. Alright, so we're going to do the side quest. Maybe we should ask somebody to help us. Jocks. Did you hear there's a cliff nearby with strangely shaped holes? Haru was taking their pen apart and putting it back together over and over. They look fine. If 000 didn't do those drawings, then who did? Kohaku notices you and smiles. Okay, well if he's smiling at us, he definitely wants to join us. It sounds strange, but I believe you. Oh, nice. He gives us +1 reason and stamina. What do you have to say, Kohaku? You just smile faintly. Okay. Perfect. Oh boy. Horror is getting closer at 96%. Okay, we're going to investigate the school. You enter the kitchen. Even though it's abandoned and the lights are off, something is cooking in a large pot. You don't like the smell of it. I'm gonna look for a first aid kit. Why it's located in the kitchen? I guess maybe from a cooking accident. I was like, I would think the nurse's office. Let's look for a first aid kit. Failure. You can't find the first aid kit anywhere. Could it have been moved somewhere else? Darn it. Uh-oh. It's too late now. Ritsuko-chan was the most promising athlete in the school. When she suddenly disappeared, the case was quickly closed without any suspects. Today, she has finally dug herself out. Vengeful athlete. So this is what's been stalking us? I'm guessing? Is she a ghost? No, she's like a zombie. Why are you so vengeful? Oh my god, what happened to me? Why is this? Oh my god, what's happening? I don't know. Alright. Sorry, vengeful athlete, but... what's happening? Why am I rotting? Resolve the combat. My face is like split open. Does anybody... oh, I forgot. Long pig steak. Oh, gross. Oh, and I got that ritual dagger the last time too. Huh. I don't see like something bad like that's happened on the run. Okay, well, the horror has caught up to us. It's too late now. Darn it. Oh, research notes. We can put those away. This poor girl. The only metro line in your town connects the university and the science complex. You could take a ride to gain some time, but you've got a feeling something is wrong. Where are all the people? We're gonna walk. Walking to your destination takes precious time, +1 doom. Experimental fungicide from Tokyo. Help me move this dirt and I'll look for it. Okay. Stop right there, you hear a voice coming from behind you. You won't destroy my life's work. Obsessed man. I'm starting to think that running away from a cult is dangerous. You defeated Obsessed Man. Okay. Wait, now we don't get any experience points? What the hell? What the hell? On the run. Can I... Rude. Alright, we're going to investigate this village. It's too late now. In an otherwise bleak village, the look of the most beautiful flower patch surprises you. As you get closer to compliment the gardener, you stop hearing weird sniffling sounds. Sniffling gardener, oh my god. I guess this said we would have unique combat experiences, so... Please go away, sniffling gardener. Wait, what's that? Pick it up. Oh, we found another shovel. Cool. Can we give our ally a shovel to use? I think I'll probably just sell that. The shovels can't break or anything, so we'll sell that. Get some more funds. Now we have $5 hairs and a split open terrifying face and no experience. Alright, so we're exploring this forest. We have a -1 modifier to all skill checks. Lovely. Bloody sweater. Walking through the woods, you discover a sweater. It's torn apart and covered in blood, but where is the owner? Assume the worst. A wild beast must have killed this poor person. You say a quick prayer before continuing. -2 reason. I think that if you watch the TV and there's something about a woman going missing in the forest and you find the sweater, like something different happens. I haven't experienced that yet, but I read about it. You stumble upon a half-eaten deer carcass. Oh dear. Abandoned hut. Walking through the forest, you spot a pair of legs. Oh god. This is the bush lady. Oh, this is Bark Woman. Bark's root beer. Bark Woman. Oh, Bark Woman. The dirt road you've been following suddenly ends. You have to go back. I'm gonna drink. I'll wait to drink my water, I guess. Well, I might as well just drink it now. Just hip hop around this map. Forest ritual. Suspicious group you've been following is gathered in a nearby forest. They're enacting some sort of a ritual in a clearing up ahead. The only nearby vantage point is a large rock. I'm gonna climb it. I failed. You fall down and injure yourself. Luckily, you managed to limp away unnoticed. -2 stamina. Resolve. The dirt road looks promising, but it branches in 2 different directions. Which one is the correct one? I don't know. We're gonna go down here. Investigate the stream. Trapped dog. In the forest you hear, I'm obviously going to help the dog. When you find it, you discover a wild dog held by the hind leg. I've rescued this dog one time, and it was like the best time I've ever had playing this game. I rescued it again. Yeah, I never seem to pass that. You free the injured dog. Thankful the animal follows you, so now we have a dog. Higher chance of finding items after combat. Isn't that awesome? Dog is wagging its tail. Resolve. Okay, we're going... Okay, and now you get to see the dog, like, following our characters. It's really cute. See? You discover an old campsite located on the edge of a small clearing. The tent has been knocked down and the food and utensils have been scattered everywhere. Let's investigate the ground for clues, I think. Wait, what is this one? Elusive. What did that do again? Minus 5% too. Okay. Clearly. Minus 2 reason. Did the wolves learn how to walk on their hind legs? Dang. Beast. Okay, we found another half-eaten deer carcass. Maybe we're going in circles. Thicket. Overgrown mansion. Finally, after what felt like hours of following the dirt road, you find the old mansion. It's completely overgrown with plants you've never seen before. In front of the mansion, there's the gardening company minivan filled with boxes. Slowly, you enter the building with caution. You stand in the middle of the room when suddenly the floor gives up and you fall down to the basement. Oh no! Falling through the hole in the floor, you find yourself in an overgrown basement. In the corner lies a man you recognize. It's Shiro-san, the missing gardener. You must help him escape this cursed place. Plants are attacking you. You must protect the injured Shiro-san and lead him to safety. You will continue to lose health each turn. We're gonna say, what's that? Stop. The doorway. Ugh. Yeah, I wish I had a fire axe. Apparently, there is another way to defeat this, and you have to have a fire axe, which I've never had. But that is how you get, like, the final ending that I don't have. We're gonna look at his injuries. Stop and take a closer look at Shiro-san's injuries. The top of Shiro-san's head flies off, revealing his brain. Out of it, the fruiting body of a fungus. Great. I'm gonna just bash you with my shovel. Stay away from me, you fungus. Oh boy. It's tough. How do can I get rid of that? I saw it give me experience and then it was like, no more. The fungus dies and with it the gardener. With no body to grow from, you hope that's the end of it. You finally understood something. The plants weren't attacking you. They were protecting you from the unnatural form of life. Weakened, you stumble out of the mansion, hoping to forget the bizarre brute of the blood-curdling botanist. Alright. We got 45 experience, but not really. The old god stirs, click to reveal its effect. Riots. Dangerous bands of rioters are gathering around downtown area. The police are hopeless. Alright, so there's fire now. Rioting, everything costs more, and treatment and surgery actions cost more. It's not too late. Stop saying that. Going home. What is it doing in there? Taking this key. Gonna take a bath. After we change, well, maybe we should take a bath and then change our clothes. Fill up that with water, and let's get more, poison, yeah. Anything on TV? The big octopus, typical. Change our clothes back to our second outfit. We did some laundry, came back. Anything? Long pig steak, research notes, ritual dagger. I don't think this is better than what we have. Chance of recovery. What are my other mysteries? I have vicious verses of oh, maybe I could use the ritual dagger there. Idea. That's an idea I have. Alright, let's go ahead and drink our water. Because I think once we go here, we can't do our normal, like, shopping around stuff. We have no spells. Thank goodness we have our cute dog with us. Protect us. Alright. We're going in for our last case. Right? Oh boy. I just had this one for my first time on my last run that I did today. This case. I've never done this case until today, and now I have it twice in a row. Your granduncle died. We need you to come up to an overnight vigil. I don't want to go, but we're going. The arrival at the mansion. Explore the mansion action will unlock new locations and progress this mystery, so all we can do is explore this mansion. Cursed Grimoire. You find a heavy tome wrapped in moth-eaten black velvet. It's bound in human flesh. We can burn it, we can take it, we can read it. Let's burn it. It's cursed. Minus 3% doom. Hooray! Takes you some time, but finally you manage to find someone. Is that another guest? You should ask them what's going on in here. Hey. Oh, it's the muscular man again. Old man's body is in the master bedroom. Go there if you want. I wonder if it's going to play out the exact same way. Investigating the house. Eyes in the dark. You feel watched. Of course, I'm going to have to retreat because I don't have a holy candle. -2 reason. Oh, gross. Pressing a handkerchief to your nose, you enter the dark room. There's no way they allowed your granduncle to just lie here. What was the correct bound clap order? The other guests. We're gonna have to... Can I not? Oh. I feel like in the last time I was able to like look at the symbol on his foot. I need to talk to some other people. Oh no, I need that. Whatever got put into my storage. I need the vigil pamphlet. I need to know what to do. Maybe it's the exact same as my last game, and I have a picture of that saved on my phone, so... What time did it say it was? Dilapidated core. It's 10 p.m. Okay. I'm hoping it's the same thing. 10 p.m. 4 bows. We're gonna try this out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you get the order right? Honey, I don't know. I don't know how to access my storage to get the vigil pamphlet out. Okay. We're just gonna keep exploring the mansion. With possible ghosts hunting us down now. Twisted reflection. In the mirror, you catch a glimpse of something that shouldn't be there. Plus 2% doom. The guest seems strangely uninterested in this vigil. You should explore more and learn what you can. All members are cautiously eyeing the smelly dishes placed. Well, we have no room for the smelly dishes, so let's go to the storage room. Check the wardrobe. Not enough room. Item added to the storage. Good gracious. Three years ago, a man hanged himself here. Wait, I still can't investigate. In my last game, I was able to like look at this symbol on his foot. Maybe that's because I had the vigil pamphlet? I don't know. Oh well, maybe we'll get a different ending this way. We're going to explore this mansion. You were startled when you discovered that headless body. You were horrified when you saw its head hanging in the middle of the room and laughing. Animated head. This animated head makes me think of the Cynthia doll from Rugrats. Oh no. Wait, what's that? Pick it up. We have no room. We got black hair, not enough room added to the storage. It's midnight, you should go and pray. The guest seems strangely uninterested in this vigil. Okay, so they're telling us we should go pray. There's nothing here in this study. The overgrown plant is casting an unsettling shadow. The body, it's missing. Left a nice stain. It's beautiful. Where is everybody? They left us. They left us. They left us. Study, overgrown plant. Okay, so we need to go investigate, explore the mansion, not investigate. I keep saying investigate the mansion. Reading room. It looks like one of the previous owners. I'm going to start with the shelves this time. Failure. The books are covered with a thick layer of dust. They seem rare, but cover mundane topics such as botany and anatomy. We could have used a botany book last time. You stumble upon Sotomura, fiercely scratching his scar. With each motion, he gets a little deeper. With each motion, more blood appears. With each motion, he takes a step towards you. I was not ready for that. Gross. As far as I know, he survived the last time we played this game. Alright, corridors twist and turn, trapping you in this mansion. You think you can hear the other guests somewhere, but should you risk getting lost yourself? What about in the study? Oh yeah, I don't know about giving the plant blood. Kill them. Okay, so that's not different. Master bedroom, the body is still missing, so I guess we just have to keep exploring the mansion. Following a suspicious person, you enter a old rundown mansion room. It stinks like spoiled milk and has only 2 doors, one of which you came through. You can't see the strange man anywhere. Let's search the room. There's nothing really important here, but you think you might be able to use the one item. You do find +1 item. Plus item. That was a broken bottle. I don't need that anyway. Entering a dark room, you spot Hawato and his wife hugging each other. When they turn around, you scream in terror. Their bodies are slowly becoming one, and their fused faces express the same thing, rage. These are really disturbing. I've never seen this before. I'm writing them down. This was the vigil. Gross. As the vigil is nearing its end, the whole mansion shakes more and more until the walls starts to collapse, revealing the shocking truth about your whereabouts. Walls of the corridor collapse, revealing an alien landscape. You can taste blood in your mouth. As the slimy appendages slowly get closer, a voice in your head tells you what to do. Sacrifice the guest or explore the mansion. We're going to sacrifice that guest. Sorry, honey. An unforced leads your hands. You reach for a knife and stab a surprised guest. I mean, what did you think was going to happen at this vigil? Conclude the ritual. Death cheated A. The price is paid. A voice booms in your head as everything gets dark. When you wake up, you find yourself lying on the wet grass, the old mansion nowhere to be seen. Standing next to you is a naked, bloated old man. You recognize the tattoo on the man's toe. It's your deceased granduncle. With a coarse voice, he explains the ritual. You try to keep up with him, but you're weak and your head spins. The death toll must remain the same. 2 die and 2 survive. You feel like vomiting as the old man who has cheated death disappears behind trees. Everything gets dark. The man who you thought was your uncle has cheated death, making you an accessory to murders. Oops. You know police officers won't believe you when you tell them the truth, and do your best to forget the nightmares you left behind. Yes, let's just repress it. Push it down, honey. Okay, so we got a new ending for that. 30, oh yeah, all this experience that for some reason we don't get. And we lowered the doom. Alright. You've lost the hunting cultists for now. Alright, what's this old god gonna do? Arcane Storm. Local scientists are baffled. An unprecedented aurora-like event has bathed the entire town in an unnatural green glow. What does that do? Reason cost of all spells is increased. Okay, well we don't have any spells, so... Oh well. Okay, is this the last key that we need? Okay, we gotta... We are rough. We better keep running. We're gonna take a bath and get some water and bump our reason. I think we've solved all of the mysteries. Let me check. Okay, all the mysteries are completed. So that means we just have to go to the lighthouse. Anything we want to take along? Oh yeah, what all got sent to our black hair? I think this is to be used with the sewing kit, combines with the yeah. I don't have the sewing kit. I don't think I'm gonna get it. I wonder if I can't use it. Yeah. We're gonna put that in storage. I can't sell it for anything. We might as well take that. We're going towards the end, so the checkbook. This gives me +3 funds. I don't think we're gonna need funds, and we'll take the ritual dagger just in case. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We can't take another bath, unfortunately. It's time to go to the lighthouse and hope for the best. Enter the lighthouse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. You finally made it inside the cursed lighthouse. Your gut is telling you 2 things: that whoever or whatever is behind the weird events must be on the highest floor of this place, and that you should run as far as you can. You're afraid there won't be a way back once you start climbing these stairs. Well, we're climbing the stairs. We got to get our cardio and our steps in for the day, so here we go. You're stopped by a metal gate. The tiny page nailed to the gate explains that opening the gate will require you to grab 2 metal rods. Using your own body as a natural conductor, you will power up the gate. Not enough knowledge. Fudgerama. This cultist. Climbing up the winding staircase, you are stopped by a masked man wearing an expensive suit. The rules have changed, kiddo, he says, taking the jacket and the mask off. Nothing personal, really. Takashi-san, the ultimate opportunist. So he just increases our doom. So we're at 43% doom, which is still pretty good. But, yeah, we have to take him down. My face is falling off, Takashi-san. Can you, like, not be a dick? Alright. Toaster caked him, Takashi-san. Alright, so that's done. Trial of Blood knives. So we have, this is like Saw, basically. We have all of these, like, things we have to stick our hands in, like electricity. Now we're getting cut up by knives and glass shards. We're gonna find a switch. -3 stamina. You know what, let's eat our long pig. And it's gonna make us hungry. Pfft. Oh boy. I'm just like barreling towards the end. Following the winding staircase, you are stopped. Wait a minute, select the title. So this is why I write everything down. The mystery investigated as the second one was the flood. Freakish fable of a frightening flood. Okay. So that was right. You rip the newspaper clipping of a case you seem to remember. Underneath it is a tiny button. You press it in with a buzz. The gate opens. How many more floors do we have? Following the staircase, you are stopped by darkness. This is why I usually always try to get a flashlight. If you have a flashlight, you can say, "Be gone." Be gone, darkness. The light source seems to somehow repel the darkness, and you continue to climb the staircase safe. The dark clouds swirl around the lighthouse. Did you arrive too late? Oh my gosh, are we gonna kill the spider? I'm gonna crush its egg set. We need fire. Hooray! As the unnatural fog slowly lifts, you are relieved and collapse on the floor. The next day, everything feels like a bad dream. You've managed to stop the ritual, awakening the eldritch old god, but what's done is done. It will stir in its slumber again and again until the stars are right again. Congratulations, you are safe for now. Finally, we conquered an entire mystery, or old god, I guess. Oh, I was like, I'm clicking. You've survived, hunted by the corpse. Okay. We saw 32 new events. We encountered 14 new enemies, and we unlocked 3 new achievements. Okay. Pretty good, pretty good. I don't know what all that means. Alright, I'm gonna look at my achievements really quick, and then I'm gonna head out. Complete a playthrough without resting. Win your 5th playthrough. Lose your playthrough due to stamina loss, reason loss. I need to just do that. World doomed. Win a playthrough. Oh, win a playthrough using I unlocked the 7th curse. Oh, so I got a new backstory for when I play another character. Ooh, I've unlocked the illegal den. I've not been there. Cool. Okay. Well, everybody, thanks for joining me on these 2 runs of World of Horror. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, I think probably on Wednesdays I'll play World of Horror, if not more often. It's a nice break from the other games that I'm playing. Yes, I am headed out. I'm gonna go do a workout. And, but I will see you later this evening. And I hope you have a great rest of your afternoon, Troy. And everybody else that's here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for stopping by. I'll be back probably tomorrow with some Diablo 2 Resurrected. Sure. Let me figure out how to do that.